Hey everyone, Hample here. Welcome to Mount and Blade Warband, where I am beginning my new series called Axe to the Face. In this series, I am going to do a number of tutorials based on the Mount and Blade Warband game, and just in general, teaching people some more, I guess, advanced things to it, I guess you could say. Or, well, I guess it'd be more basic stuff, to be honest, but whatever, you shall see. So, in today's episode, we are starting off by teaching you how to raid and take over your very own castle. Now, to start off with raiding a castle, you're going to want to make sure you have enough troops, as well as strong troops. You generally want to be sure that you have enough units to take down about 150 men. Now, this castle here says that it has 267 soldiers guarding it. However, if you attack the castle, you're not going to be fighting all 267 of them. You're only going to be doing 100 and some odd men out of them. The 267 will only come into account if you lose a battle. Now, I have 112 men, so I probably could succeed in taking this castle. However, I have a feeling I'd get a lot of casualties, so I am just going to wait for my reinforcements to show up. And here they are. Now, for the record, I rule my own kingdom. The red here is all mine. It is the Arstotzkan Empire, as anyone who's seen my Papers, Please series can understand. And also, in case any of you are wondering, for the options, I am playing on basically the default difficulty, with the difficulty rating of 22. I'm pretty sure this is the default. So, everything I do is basically what you'd expect if you get in and play this game. Now that you have your troops, and you have your army all ready and set to take over the castle, there's one more thing you want to make sure you have, and that is food. You're going to be waiting here for a couple days, or maybe just a couple hours, but it's best to have at least a couple days of food for your army, just so people don't get mad at you. So, on to the capturing. To start off, you want to make sure you're at war with the kingdom of the castle you want to take over. And to do that, you could either be a vassal to a king, and they'll declare war. Or what you can do is, if you just want to start a war, you want to go to one of the kingdom's units, like a caravan or another vassal, and attack them. That'll start war upon that kingdom. So, to take over this town, we go into this menu. We're at war with them, so it's not the same options as if we were not. We're going to click Besiege the town. Now, it says we are laying siege to Nara. The town's food stores should last for 100 more days. There is a second, or I guess a third option of trying to take over a kingdom, and that is just sieging it. That means you'd have to wait here for 100 days until the people of the town starve out and they surrender to you. However, 100 days is a lot of time. I mean, I've been playing this for like 1,300 in-game days, and I've basically conquered the whole game. Well, most of it. So yeah, you're better off just attacking. Now, there's also a second option, or third option, for conquering a castle, and you could call for a meeting with the castle's commander. And if you do that, you could just ask them to surrender. Most of the time, they're just going to laugh at you. You basically really have to outnumber and outmatch them for them to even consider surrendering. But if they do, they'll give you the castle and they'll leave. And it'll be yours. Now, to do a normal attack, you are going to want to click on Prepare Ladders to attack the walls. For most towns and castles, it's ladders, and those only take a few hours to build. However, some castles and towns have higher walls, and you're going to need to build a siege tower. Siege towers take longer to build, and also when you're actually in battle, you need to physically push them to the wall so that you can get your troops up and climb into the castle. So we're going to click Prepare the Walls. And this is where the engineering skill comes in. If you have anyone in your party who has any engineering skill, it cuts down the amount of time to build your wall, or your siege tower, or your wall ladders. And that can be very useful, so I highly suggest you have an engineer on your team. Because it'll only take 4 hours for my engineer to build the walls, or build the ladders. And most siege towers take longer. I think at this current level it takes like 40 something hours to build a siege tower. So it's a long time to wait. But for the ladders, it's easy. Just 4 hours, it'll be done in no time. You click do it, time speeds up, 4 hours. Kingdom of Vega is offering a peace agreement. What is your answer? No, I'm doing a tutorial here. Okay. Now, once the ladders are ready, you can either wait some time in case you have more troops showing up, lead your soldiers in a to an assault. That will start the battle. Or order your soldiers to attack while you stay back. That's the cowardly move. I would not recommend doing that. Besides, when you're not in the battle, your troops tend to do way worse. So we are going to lead our soldiers in an assault. Alright, here we are in the field of battle. Here we have all our men, ready and eager to go. Now, when you start off the battle, there are a number of strategies you can do. My personal one for ladders is just to go up. You'll see the castle has all their archers firing at us. When you have a siege tower, that can be very problematic because it gives the archers a lot of time to take out your men and cause a lot of casualties. So while you're waiting for the siege tower to get pushed up to the wall, or whilst your men are climbing up the ladder, if you have an archery weapon, take some time to just pick off a couple guys on the walls. You'll save a lot of casualties and you'll just get started on the kills. Especially when you're in my position and you can't exactly climb the wall at this point. Now, as you notice, there are no cavalry in this, well, no horses in this battle because horses can't climb ladders. This isn't Skyrim. And, however, you'll notice that there are some horsemen in this battle. That's because horsemen, they'll still be in the battle, but they'll just get off their horses and fight. Like, I usually have a horse in battle, but I don't have it here, so I'm just fighting on foot. All sieges take place on foot, so just take that in mind, especially if you use like lances and polearms and stuff. It's worth noting. Now these guys are taking a while to get up the ladder, so I'm just going to try to see if I can push myself up and into the castle. Doesn't look like it's going to work though. Perhaps I should have been a bit quicker. Now, as you can see, my men are doing quite well, killing a lot of people with very few casualties. This battle shouldn't take too long. Now, how battles work is they happen in waves. Basically, you'll each start off with a certain number of troops, and once your side kills enough enemies, more will spawn in, and the next wave will charge out at you. You can see it probably in the text bar to the bottom left. It'll say new enemies have arrived, and they spawn in and just head out at you. Or if your troops start getting killed a lot, reinforcements will come and help you out. However, when reinforcement comes, it usually means that you're doing kind of bad, and you're probably not in the best position. Now, as you can see, there's a large kind of build up here. This is the spawn point for the enemies, and usually at the spawn point, you have a tendency for archers to just kind of camp there and pick people off. That's not a good thing and be very hard to charge at if you let it build up. So my recommendations are just grab an axe, run into the nest of archers, and swing it in their face. Now, as you can see, they're all falling pretty easily. However, I am currently trapped in a circle of bad people. Now the AI in Mount and Blade Warband is programmed so that not everyone will be aggroed on you unless you're literally the only soldier in battle, which is very rare, especially at this stage in the game. So even if I just run into the center of them, not all of them are going to try and attack me. Most of them might, but not all of them. Now, as you can see, I'm currently at about half health. That's okay. However, when you're sieging a castle, you want to make sure that you do not die. That is crucial, that you do not get knocked unconscious. Because if you get knocked unconscious, you're essentially going to have to start over. All the kills that you made in the battle, they'll all be registered. However, this is where the 267 thing I was talking about comes in. A normal siege, if you kill like 100 and some odd med, it'll proceed to the next stage of the battle. However, if you die, and there are still more than 100 and some odd med, you'll have to fight another 100 and some odd people, which is essentially starting over after all that hard work that you've done. Now, as you can see, my men are cheering because they have successfully completed this stage of the battle, and we're going to move on to the next one. Now, as you can see, there were 134 enemies, which, like I said, you're best being prepared for a fight against at least 150. I don't think I've ever seen a castle battle with more than 150. But anyways, if we press continue, it'll take us on to the next stage of the fight. Says we've breached the town walls, but the stubborn defenders continue to resist in the streets. With castle battles, like castles, not towns, there tends to be in two parts. You take over the fight, you fight at the walls, like you just saw, and then you might have to go into the castle and kill a couple guys there. With the towns, it's always three stages, meaning you fight at the walls, you fight in the town streets, and you fight in the castle. Fighting in the streets is only a handful of men against another handful of men, and you're always a part of it, and it's pretty easy. If you can fend for yourself, then you'll have really no problem doing this. Just go in there and swing your axe into people's faces, and really in no time you'll be done. Oh yeah, your men that join you in battle usually tend to fall pretty quickly, so just make sure you're ready to do some battling. Make sure your health is in order. Usually for this part of the battle, they usually give you a bit of your health back, just so you have a chance and stuff. And yeah, once everyone is dead, press tab, and you will move on to part 3 of the 3-part battle, which is the castle. Alright, now here we are at the castle, and the fighting's already begun. And it looks like our men are taking a bit of a beating. Now I'm just gonna run in, swing my axe in people's faces. This castle will be ours in no time. And I think that's everyone. Alright, now the battle is complete and the castle is ours. What we can do is we can go through the rescued prisoners and see if we want anyone on our army. Let's see, I'll take you. And I guess I'll take you. Oh, I'll definitely take you. And you can stay. You guys can stay. And then if you want some prisoners, go ahead and have at them. And then the little bit of loot that they offer. Next, you will get this stage. It will talk about if you're king or queen of your own kingdom, then it'll ask what vassal you want to give it to. So you can either just not give it to anyone yet, you can give it to one of your vassals, or you can keep it for yourself. However, that's more diplomacy that I'm going to go into this tutorial, because usually when you make a decision, make some people happy and then ticks everyone else off. So I'm just going to give it to you, because I like you. As you can see, this wall of text is just relations, just going up or down and whatever. All that jazz. However, if you're vassal for a king, you're not going to get that. You are just going to, it's just going to be given to the king, and the king himself is going to make that decision. So yes, this castle now belongs to my empire, and as you can see, it has a small garrison started. The garrison will, is what will defend the castle if it's attacked. Like before, it had 267 or some odd men, and now it has 30, which is not the best, but it works for now. So that is how you siege a castle. Hope you learned something out of this. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, and whatever. And thanks for watching.